Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Brad Hart and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk. Before we get kick-started into this episode, I've got a bit of apologising to do. You've not seen me for a week and also we're in a slightly different background again today, but we'll get onto that in a moment. So without further ado, pull up a chair, get comfy and let's talk. Okay, so I understand obviously I didn't upload last week. There's a bit of an explanation for this. I previously had pre-recorded actually a video for when I was away on work. I was working for an events organisation working alongside BMW, and essentially I was working at the PGA golf tournament where I managed to actually meet no other but Tom Holland. Now obviously meeting Spider-Man was great and all this stuff, but basically before I went on the job I'd pre-recorded a video for that week, and that week was actually the video of Drake versus Kanye and the album Battle. This was all good and well. I returned on the Monday following, and when I got back home here just outside of Manchester, I realised I'd actually forgotten something, and it's something quite important. I'd actually left my MacBook back in London. Now I'm fully aware this is a stupid thing to do, and I was very fortunate. I actually contacted the hotel and managed to get the laptop back. But if I hadn't got it back, I'd be in a bit of a sticky situation. So here we are a week later down the line. I've got my laptop back, I've got my equipment back, and I'm ready to film another video for you guys. But on today's episode, we're discussing things a little bit differently. We're still going to talk about a topic of the week, and this week we're talking about the new iPhones. But we're also going to be discussing what I've been up to, where I've been, and what I've been doing. So first of all, let's talk about me. Obviously, you know who I am, you've watched a few episodes, and if not, if this is your first episode, welcome to Let's Talk. But essentially what I've been doing is I've been working at a few events and doing bits and bobs here and there. For example, as I said the other week, I was working at PGA golf tournament based in Surrey, just in London, and basically I was working alongside brand new luxury BMWs and showing people around them, where I managed to meet no other but Tom Holland. And if you have a look at the picture now, you can kind of see what I mean. It's kind of crazy. I also met his brother Harry, which was really cool, and it was a mad experience. Essentially, Tom and his younger brother had been there playing the PGA Golf Celebrity Pro-Am earlier in the day, and we all knew he was there, and we thought he was going to go home. And essentially, because there is no way home, he basically made his way onto our stand, and we met him. And it was a great experience, considering a few weeks before I'd literally just spoke about the hype around the Spider-Man films and how excited I was also for the new No Way Home film, and that's why I kind of thought that pun worked quite nicely. I was there for a total of around 5 days, where I was working around 12-hour shifts per day. Just before that, 2 days before, I was actually working for Lidl, making smoothies for the Tough Mudder. Excuse me. So I've really been all over. I've been in Surrey, I've been in Malpass, Cheshire, making smoothies to working on BMWs, and now I'm back, and I'm really glad to be making content again for you guys. So I do apologise for missing that episode. It was a really good experience, and to be honest, it was nice to get that little bit extra heat, that little polish, because we actually got some nice 30 to 32 degree weather, where I did get pretty tanned, not sunburnt for once. So I'm actually pretty proud of that, to be honest. In regards to something else on the cards, I'm also thinking of new ideas. As much as I love doing the episodes of Let's Talk, I want to get more engaged with you guys. So would you guys like to maybe see an episode of Let's Talk once every 2 weeks, and then every interim week do something different, something engaging, maybe do 2 videos a week now and then? Let me know what you guys think below down in the comments, or even just send me a little ping DM on Instagram about what your ideas are, because I'm always after growing this channel and adapting it. Now I want to talk about the big thing. So I've got the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is what I'm currently filming on, and in a few episodes time I hopefully will be upgrading to a better camera, also alongside a microphone. But I'm filming off the 12 Pro Max, and the reason I got this iPhone is because I was so in love with not only the size of the device but also the camera quality, and I thought it was great for what exactly I needed to do, both in YouTube and also in my day-to-day life. I also realised the new iPhones are so good at gaming, like they're fantastic. I've just recently bought a PS5, but before I bought the PS5, I was using my phone on COD Mobile, Call of Duty Mobile, to let the time by. Now, they've just come out with the brand new iPhone 13, the iPhone 13, the iPhone 13 Pro, the new Apple Watch, and the new iPad. But today we're going to be focusing mainly on the iPhones. So what are the differences, and why is it maybe an upgrade that you need to make? For me, I'm on the edge. I don't really know if I want to upgrade. Is Apple going to pull me in, or should I just stay exactly where I am? Because I know with the lower level iPhone, so the 12, basically the version that everyone basically needs, anything above that is just kind of choice, is they instead of the cameras going parallelly down on the device, they now go diagonally across, which does look a little bit prettier. And I've also heard the notch is smaller on the front, but the camera bump on the back is actually larger, which is because it gives more room for essentially better camera, better aperture, and better light quality. Now, a lot of people already find the camera bumps a bit of an issue, and when they're leaning on the phone, it does knock. People do find it an issue. I personally don't, but what do you guys think? Is it an issue for you? Because on the new 13 Pro devices, that's the Pro Max and the Pro, they've done something different at this time. The cameras are actually the same, the devices are actually the same, it's just the 13 Pro Max has slightly better battery life. So usually in the devices, there's quite a jump between the Pro and the Pro Max, essentially the Pro Max being the most expensive model and technically the best model, but it's not really the case this time. They've got the same camera. I believe the notch may be a bit smaller because it's spread over a larger device, but we've still got the notch, and Apple needs to get rid of this because it's a bit of an eyesore. Like, if we didn't have the notch, the device would be so beautiful. We'd have this full, on the iPhone, we have a 6.7-inch display, that's what I've got on the Pro Max, and it would just be flawless. They've also stuck with the 6.7-inch display on the 13 Pro Max, which isn't really much difference, and makes me think, do I need to upgrade? At the moment, I'm paying quite a lot for this phone, and I understand the new device is not going to be much different. So I'm also contemplating, should I make that jump? But I'm also thinking not, because I'm going to wait till if it's called the 14, that generation of iPhone, because I feel like there's going to be more bump and more of a jump in quality, in device, and kind of getting that extra money's worth. But let's not get this wrong, the processing chips in these things are outstanding, okay? The processing chips in them are ridiculous, they're so fast, and they are very reliable. But is the jump between the 12 Pro Max and the 13 Pro Max worth it? I don't think so. Now, I know we said we're only going to talk about the iPhones today, but the Apple Watch Series 7, I believe, has just been dropped as well. And guess what, guys? It's the exact same pretty much, but the display's bigger and curved. What issues does this cause? Because the display's now got curve in it, as the screen used to have a curve, but the essentially display was rectangular. Now it spreads over. Will that cause distortion in the watch? Will that make it hard to read at certain angles? Who knows? I've not seen one in person yet. We'll have to check when we see it in real life. But in regards to that, that's all I've really got to talk about today, guys. I know it's a short episode, and I do apologise, but I've got something good coming next week, and I can't wait for you to see it. So next week, we should be back in our usual setup at the home bar. But until then, I hope you stay safe, have a great evening, and I'll see you soon.